Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Queen Sugar. So today I have a pick a pile reading that looks into, does this person miss you? What's going on with them? And also some love messages from this person. So take a moment to just kind of relax, clear your mind. Don't think about, the distance between you all. Don't think about the last conversation. Just clear your mind and just allow the energy of their higher self to just kind of like soothe your mind and just soothe your energy. And take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And allow the energy of their higher self to guide you to the right pile that best represents the messages that they have for you at this time. So the first pile is the Two of Cups. The second pile is the Six of Cups. And the third pile and the last pile is the Lovers. Once you've selected your pile, feel free to click the timestamp below to watch your portion of the video. I thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all enjoy this reading. Alrighty, this will be for those that selected the lovely Two of Cups card here. So let's get started with your reading. We're going to start with the tarot, and then we're going to get some oracle cards, and then we'll also get some love messages at the very end. So let's see what tarot cards we have here. This is from my new deck, the Polaroid Tarot deck. So we have the Five of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, the Two of Swords, and finally the Emperor. All right, so the question is, does this person miss you? I mean, honestly, with the Five of Cups being the very first card of your pile, they definitely miss you. And I feel like this person has been in their feelings for a while now, reflecting on the past and maybe some of the mistakes that they made when it came to this connection. I do see this person being emotional. For some of you, I see your person actually having moments where they shed tears because they realize how much they screwed up. They realize how much, pain they may have caused, and whether that been, was due to them being distant, them being cold. But I definitely get like this person, I'm like feeling this sadness, this sorrow as I'm like channeling the messages with this card. Like I feel like this person is definitely in a space of depression. Things have been really hard for them. And I feel like, with this distance between you guys, it's just making it even harder. And they know that it came about due to their actions and their lack of communication, their lack of consistency, their lack of being emotionally open and vulnerable with you is one of the things that I'm pulling here. I do see this person indulging in some like drinking. They could, have a drinking problem, or when they're really depressed or really down, they might drink, they might smoke. But yeah, I definitely see them just sitting in this space of just wondering like, why did I mess this up? Here I go messing up this, amazing thing again. And they're just sitting in this space of just sadness. It's really hard for them right now. And I feel like it's been hard for you as well too. You may have been crying as well. I feel like you both mirror each other in different ways with emotions. So like maybe one day you're good, and then one day they're good, but then the next day it's like you all miss each other. You all think about each other, the good times that you all spent with one another as well. Let's see what else we have. The Four of Wands here. So I feel like with this person, in terms of like, do they miss you? They miss this connection. They miss, the good energy and the vibes that you all share with one another. I feel like this person, or maybe even you thought they were going to be, the one, that they were the one. the one that you could just like settle down with. And it's not saying that you can't do this with this person anymore, but it's like when you met them and when they met you, they felt that way about you as well. You may feel like you were moving too fast with this connection. Like it kind of started really quickly. Like, the energy was really heavy and passionate. And then it was like, wait a minute, I got scared. Let me slow down. And then that caused like that distance between you guys. But I do see this person looking at you as someone that they wanted to spend their life with, and you seeing them as that as well. And it's like I said, it's not saying that it won't happen or it can't happen, but I do get that that's what kind of like pulled you all in. It's just like that, that like a magnetic pull in a way. That's what I'm getting with you all. And the Four of Wands is like the 1111 card, Twin Flame card, Soulmate card. So this person could definitely be someone that you considered your soulmate and that you saw as your soulmate and still see as your soulmate. With the Two of Swords here, this just gives me this vibe that this person is definitely in their head a lot of the times. They overthink, they overanalyze every single thing. Like I know this is air sign energy, but I can get some strong Virgo placements in their chart as well too. You can have some Virgo placements in your chart or just have like some Virgo characteristics about yourself as well too. And that could be something that you experience with this connection. Like when things got hot and cold, you were just like second guessing things. Like, is this really my soulmate? Is it just a karmic soulmate? Is this a false twin flame? Like, what is this? And so I get that that's one of the energies here. I'm also seeing that this person needed to make a choice. They needed to make a decision. And the thing about it is that this might, hopefully this makes sense, but I feel like the choice that they had to make was, choosing you or choosing themselves. And I honestly believe that they had to go the direction that they went in, which was choosing themselves, meaning sitting in this depression, feeling these emotions, because it's like an awakening for them in a way. And the reason why it's such a hard choice, because they really wanted to pick you at that moment, but they felt like there's so much going on in my life and I can't control it. I need to change these things about myself. And I feel like they knew that in order for them to be able to choose you in the future, they had to put themselves first right now, because it's a lot of stuff that they have to deal with, a lot of healing, a lot of inner soul work and inner child work that they have to, go through in order to be a better version of themselves, so they can be, which is the next card, this Emperor or Empress, depending on, your gender as you're reading this, watching this reading. And I feel that by them choosing themselves and like using this space to grow and to grow in terms to like becoming an emperor or empress, to evolve as an individual mentally, spiritually, emotionally, they will be ready to be with you in a full committed relationship, in a full partnership, and be able to offer you something. Now, it's not saying that, how they handled everything was the best way, but it's like it was like this was the breaking point. And I feel like Spirit was telling them that if you choose this person, I mean, if they chose you, then you're going to do so much damage that it's going to be hard for you to come back from it. And like I said, I hope this makes sense, but it's like how they went about it. They could have communicated a lot better with you. Like, hey, I think you're an amazing person. I love you dearly, but I need this time to really heal and work on myself. Like we can still, date each other if you want, or I just want you to know, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm not leaving you or, distance myself from you because of somebody else. It's literally, I'm doing this for myself. If they were to communicate that with you in the beginning, I think it wouldn't have been so, hurtful. It wouldn't have felt like they just disappeared or like the connection was starting to fall off. But I feel like they didn't know how to communicate that because they don't know how to do that, because they're not in a space to be able to share those type of communication skills with people just yet. But I feel like this growth and this experience that they're going to go through, they're going to be able to do that in the future, and they can express that to you. Now, like I said, sometimes people have to pull apart so they can do the inner work within themselves so they can come back together. And it's also, I'm getting a vibe too, is that you all mirror each other. So it's like, as they're doing this work, there's some work that you have to work on as well too. And that could be why there is this distance here. And like I said before, some people have to pull apart before they can come back together. That way they can come back together and be stronger and be better and not have to go through so many challenges all at one time like before. And so I feel like both of you, doing your work and, growing as individuals and, feeding and pouring into your own self is going to change your connection for the better and also allow you to have better experiences in life overall. So I feel like, it's bittersweet for them. Like, they knew that they had to choose themselves at this time so they could heal, but they still wanted to be with you. They still wanted your love. They still wanted to give you the love that they could give you at that time. But I feel like they knew that the love that you deserve, they couldn't give you that 100%, right? Because they couldn't even give themselves 100%. So it's kind of like, how can I, expect, how can I give them 100% when I can't give 100% to myself? And I feel like this is what this person is working on. They're working on being a better, individual, so they are able to pour into this connection the way they're supposed to. They're able to be a better parent. They're able to be a better spouse as well. Okay, so that was a lot, but it was heavy, but I feel like it was something that this person has been thinking about for a while. And this could be something that you've been thinking about. So definitely, continue to pray for their well-being. Pray for your well-being as well, too. And just continue to move forward with your healing and with your growth. All right, let's get some oracle cards. So we have harvest. You planted the seed that the universe gave you. Due to your patience and growth, you are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. This literally talks about what I just said, that due to your growth and due to your patience, you both are going to be able to enjoy this connection and enjoy each other in a different way, because now you have taken the time to heal. You have taken the time to work on yourself and to evolve and to grow. So now this Four of Wands energy, this marriage, this union will be filled of love, and it will be filled of healthiness and prosperity. It will be filled of positivity, but also healing energy, because nothing will always be 100% positive, right? Next is soulmate. See, so this just confirms once again, you all are soulmates. The person you are inquiring about is your soulmate. The sense of familiarity and comfort you feel is confirmation. So this is confirmation. This is your soulmate. So don't second guess it, but know that you are soulmates for a reason. And so make sure that you understand and learn the lessons that you need to learn during this time. Next is missed chances. Have you considered all your options? Did you give it everything? In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. So I feel like with this missed chances card being here, with the Two of Swords, once again, I said, like, it was between choosing you or choosing themselves. And it was like, it would have been a missed chance if they would have stayed in this connection and knowing that they couldn't give all what they were supposed to give while they were still struggling internally and battling their own demons and battling their own, challenges inside and not working on themselves. That would have been a missed chance, and that would have been something, like I mentioned before, that would have probably destroyed this connection even worse. Like, it might hurt now that you all are not close and not together at this moment, but it would have been way worse had you all stayed in it and, let things continue, because then it would have been, later into the connection, and it probably would have been a lot worse, a lot heavier, and even, the shadow side of them would start to show up, and it would have been scary. So I feel like this was a way to, one, protect you, but also to help heal themselves as well too. All right, let's get one more card from the Oracle deck. We have, it's the vibe. Enjoy the good vibes and energy with this person, because they are like no other. So I feel like with this card being here, this is just letting you know that yes, it is a strong connection. It is a vibe between you two, and don't think necessarily about all the distance between you two, or this time apart. Look at it as, when we were together, we had good energy, good vibes, and know that when you get back together, it's going to be that good energy and that good vibe again. Like, sometimes you end things on a good note, and it's okay if it may have not ended on the best note. It doesn't mean that you can't start on a good note when you get back together, but it's like, enjoy the vibe, the good vibe that you all shared with each other, and remember that, especially when you're thinking of them and sending them love and light, because you don't want to be in a place of anger and sadness, because then they're going to get that, they're going to feel that energy, and then they're going to sit in that, and then they're going to send it back to you. So it's like this back and forth. So you want to make sure that your energy and your vibes are good, as much as possible, so you're able to, transmute anything that is, low vibrational, and also, toxic in a way. All right, so now we're going to get you some love notes from this person. We're going to get some from my we're going to get some from my third edition, and maybe my first one too. So we have You Are Gorgeous, Pure Beauty. We have You Are the Love of My Life. And I feel like this person, they know that you are the love of their life. They know that you are the one that they want to be with and marry. And so that is why they are trying to get their ish together now. Like, they realize, like, you know what, this is the one in a lifetime type of love here. I don't want to jeopardize this. So yeah, maybe I wasn't the best communicator when I was talking about, I need this space, I need this time to myself, but also I need to take this time to choose myself, so that way I'm able to pour into my family, I'm able to pour into this connection the way I'm supposed to. Let's see what else we get. We have I Want to Kiss You. So this person's still thinking of you romantically. Let's get some from my first edition. You Got All of Me, I Belong to You. Thank You for Loving Me. I Am Learning to Live Life Better Through You. So we have I Don't Want to Be Rejected, so I stay silent. I feel safer not knowing the outcome. And that could have been a space that they were in before. Like, they just, they didn't deal with their demons. They didn't deal with their struggles and their traumas and their wounds. So they kept it silent because they didn't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with that. No one wants to deal with it, but we have to if we really want to grow and, have a life where we are able to enjoy the beautiful things and the beautiful people here. And then we have I Wasn't Ready, but now I'm ready. I'm ready for you. And I feel like this is what their end goal is. They want to be ready. They want to be ready for you. They want to be ready for this love, this connection. And they don't want to, show up in this page energy. They want to be the full emperor. They want to be the full emperor. That way you can enjoy them the way that you are meant to, experience love and experience a healthy relationship. Okay? So this is what I have for you all that selected this pile. So in regards to the question, yes, they miss you, and they're working on themselves. And as they're working on themselves, you continue to work on yourself as well. Okay? I hope you all enjoyed your pile. I hope this resonated with everyone. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Feel free to check other readings out on my channel, and also thumbs up the video and leave a comment below if this resonated with you. Enjoy your day. Best wishes. Alrighty, this will be for those that pick the Six of Cups card, or pile 2. So let us start with your tarot cards, and then we're going to get some oracle cards, and then we're going to also get some love message at the very end. So we're going to get some cards from my Polaroid tarot deck. So your first tarot card here is Temperance. Next we have here is the Three of Swords. We have the Four of Swords. Or actually, I'll bring him up here. And then we have the Two of Cups. Alrighty. So the question is, does this person miss you? Alrighty. This person definitely misses you right off the back. I'm feeling that energy very strongly. I feel like this person, they just miss your presence. They love how you love them and just how you love in general. I feel like also this person misses your body. They miss your appearance. They miss your aura. They just miss everything about you. I feel like this person may look at pictures of you every day, or they might look at text messages from you all the time. Like, they literally sit in this like nostalgic energy often, and they just reminisce. They think of you, all of it. Like, they were so captivated by your beauty and just by your aura, and so that is something that they miss because they're so used to having it around. And it just feels different. It doesn't feel normal for them to not have you in their life the way that they once did. That's what I'm getting right now. So yes, they miss you. But yeah, what this person is going through right now is actually a lot of I'm getting their heart chakra needed a lot of soul work and a lot of healing, and they're going through that like awakening at this time with this Three of Swords energy here. But I feel that they're in a space where it's going to resolve a lot of issues that they have experienced within their life, not just with this connection, but just with people in general, because they had to learn how to love themselves. I feel like this person lacked a lot of self-confidence, a lot of self-love, a lot low self-esteem, and they had to learn how to love themselves and to pour into themselves. I feel like they didn't have a lot of the best attention and love as a child growing up. And I'm also getting like that was a lesson that you had to learn. You had to learn how to love yourself and how to pour more into yourself as well too. And that's why you two met each other, because in a way you all mirrored each other. You had to learn these lessons. It might have been a little bit different, but the overall theme was just self-love here. And it was important for you to remember that and not forget about yourself. I feel like with this distance with this person, you may be writing more, you may be like walking more, you're probably doing some more self-love, self-care type of things, which is great because you want to remember that you are a priority, you matter. So you should always make sure you putting yourself first, and you don't forget about yourself, and balancing your masculine and your feminine energies as well here. I'm also seeing that this person, they had some struggles with their mother. That's what I'm getting. They had some struggles with their mother growing up as a child, and they could be in the process of working things out with the mother in therapy, or they're just doing this work, spiritually and emotionally. That way they don't carry this weight with their, future relationships with friends, but also with partnership, in terms of romance. And so I feel like this is something that they're still, balancing and getting through at this time. I also see that when you both come back together, it's going to be bomb, because you've done the work, you've done the healing, and you have moved to this space of, we're going to get this right for ourselves, so our kids and our families, after us, don't have to struggle the way that we did. We're going to break the cycles. We're going to heal. We're going to make sure that we understand self-love and we embody that, and we do that every day. It is now part of our daily routine. Self-love is not I just do this once a month or once every quarter. It's no, self-love is everyday work. You are always doing it. You should always be doing it in some way, shape, or form, whether it be you give yourself a compliment or you say an affirmation. But pouring into yourself is essential here, and it is something that is important. And with this Four of Swords card here, you have I am love. This is a reminder, I am love. And I love that the Four of Swords came right after the Three of Swords, because that literally represents this energy of healing. right? This represents the energy of resting. I no longer have to fight these battles anymore. I can put all of my swords down. I can put all this pain and these wounds, and I can showcase them, and I can actually do something about it. I can actually heal them. I can put the things on it that I need to clear the infection, to clear these scars and everything. And that's the thing when it comes to like heartache and pain and trauma and wounds. They're literally infections. They are soulful infections because they taint us, they hurt us in ways where like we might forget that it existed, but it's still there. Like that's how a lot of infections work. You get infected, you don't know you're infected until it gets really bad, or until you start to display symptoms. So it's kind of like with this person didn't realize how bad their baggage was and how heavy it was until they experienced your love. And I know that might sound crazy, but it's like when you haven't experienced something before and you're not familiar with it, and then all of a sudden, your inner child acts out, and it's like, what is this? This is not normal. Get scared, do all of these things. And so it's really important to understand that this type of love that you showed them was healthy, and that it came from a place from unconditional love, but also understand that they have to, realize that, but you have to realize too, I'm getting that some of you pour so much love into others because maybe you didn't necessarily get the same type of love that you wanted or needed as a child too. So it's kind of like you mirror each other, but in different ways and different, on different levels. So it's like you may have been surrounded by love with your family, but there may have been times that you didn't receive the type of love that you needed in like previous relationships, right? So it's kind of like, I feel like the people that are watching this pile, you are the type of individuals, you could be empaths, but like you are the type of people that when you see someone not having the love that they were supposed to get as a child, or at where they were supposed to get just in general, you want to overcompensate and you want to pour it into them. And it's not because, you have a lot of issues or anything, but it's more so like you see that pain and you see that hurt and those wounds, and you want to be that healer. You want to kind of be the one that saves today, but you have to understand when you do that and they're not ready for it, you deplete yourself of that energy, and then it becomes imbalanced. So the biggest theme here with your connection is about balance. So one person can't do the most, one person can't do it all. Both parties have to be balanced and be willing to pour into each other, because if they don't, it's just becoming painful. It becomes one-sided and it's not healthy. So I love how Temperance is the first card, and then the Two of Cups is the last card. It's just giving me that balance energy, that healing, and just also I'm hearing patience. I know a lot of times we don't want to hear the word patience, but patience is essential here, because patience allows you to really dig deeper, right? You can't rush healing. You can't expect someone to get through 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of trauma in a month. You can't expect that. And so I feel that it's important to be patient with yourself as you dig through your own trauma and your own wounds, but also be patient with this person. Now, it's not saying like, oh, you have to sit there and wait on them to go through all of this stuff and figure everything out. No, but it's saying, understand if they're actively doing the work to heal and to grow, be patient with their healing, and don't put a time limit on it. Because if you two are meant to be, you will be together. However that comes along, whether it be, 6 months from now, 2 months from now, whatever it is. And I know sometimes people might say like, oh, well, you're supposed to be able to be with your person when, they're going through hard times. Like nothing is perfect, so we're supposed to get through this together. Like that's true, but it's also, there are certain things that we have to go through by ourselves, because if we have somebody in the picture, we're not going to fully heal enough, because we're going to become codependent on that person there, right? So I feel like it's the reason why there's this space here between you two, because this person needs to learn how to not be codependent on other people and other things. That way they can fully heal to a way where they're able to enjoy a relationship. Like, we're going to always be healing. We're going to always be working on something. But it's important that they have this moment of hermit mode, where they can go within and just learn more about themselves before they can attach themselves to somebody else. That way the connection is balanced and it's healthy. There's going to be times where we're codependent on our partner. Like, you're going to have a moment, but it's like you want to be healthy overall when you're in this connection. Okay. I do see this person though, like reaching out to you. I'm just channeling that as well for some reason. So if you've been waiting to hear from them, they probably will reach out to you soon. They might either give you an update or they might just like check on you to see how you're doing as well. At the bottom of the deck is Divine Union. So let's get some oracle cards. Look at that. Look at that. Sexual healing. Sexual energy can be used to reconnect. When I looked at this Temperance card, I got the sexual energy. And I was feeling that, but I don't think I said it. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's strong sexual chemistry here and sexual energy with you all. Like, sex wasn't a problem. Let's just put it there. If you were intimate with this person, that wasn't an issue. It's the communication. It's the, the emotional availability. That was the thing here. Let's see what else we get. Look at that. Look at that. Emotional support. Now is the time to check in with your emotions and your partner's thoughts and feelings. This is letting you know this person has a lot of emotional wounds and, things that they have to get through and understand about themselves before they can fully be in a relationship with you, and this is something that you need to work on as well too. We all need to work on our emotional availability and understanding and processing our emotions. And I feel like, like I said, they might check in with you. They might say like, hey, how are you doing? I know we haven't spoken in a while. Or you might reach out to them just to say like, hey, I'm thinking of you, praying all is okay, or like all is well. And, I'm getting, there's going to be those moments of that check-in with each other. Let's see what else we get. Oh my goodness. I literally thought of this card after the sexual healing card. So deeper intimacy. The feelings of emotional closeness and love allow you to feel safe, desire, more connected to your partner. I'm just wowed by this because I literally was thinking I could see these deeper intimacy coming out, because then when you're healing and when you are emotionally available, you're able to really connect with your partner even more and have that deeper level of intimacy. So I love that this came out because it's saying, as you get the emotional support that you need and they get the emotional support that they need, you're going to be able to come together and share a deeper bond with one another, because a lot of that clutter is out of the way now. Because you got to think about it, when we have a lot of soul ties and any type of cords connected to toxic stuff, that just clutters everything. It gets in the way and it makes everything all tangled up. And when you get rid of a lot of that junk, it makes the path of you all being connected very easily and smooth. And so I feel like this is a beautiful thing to come under the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is about rest. It's about, the heart being healed, being able to just kind of, be rejuvenated, that soul and spirit, like cleanse in a way. I love that. All right, let's get one more. All right, we have love at first sight. The instant gravitational pull you two felt when first meeting lets you know that this is a soul connection, right under the Two of Cups. That is beautiful, because I feel like this is letting us know this connection is meant to be. Yes, it may experience some challenges, but it is all about growing and being a better version of yourself. And it's like I mentioned before, like if you were meant to be, you'll find your way back to each other. That's literally what this is saying, is that it is going to be a gravitational pull. You're going to find each other again. If it takes 6 months, if it takes a couple of years, a few years, 10 years, whatever it is, you're going to find your way back to each other. And I feel like, that's the purpose of the journey of self-love, is that when you love yourself and you pour into yourself, you don't worry about the time so much. And that's why patience is here, because they're saying don't worry about when is it going to happen. Don't even worry about anything. Just focus on you, focus on loving yourself, focus on healing, do the things that you love, and before you know it, things will be back to a place of union and partnership. That Two of Cups, that energy, that Temperance energy. So don't stress yourself out, or like, oh, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? It's like, it'll happen when it's supposed to. And when it happens, you're going to be like, okay, I totally get why it happened when it did. All right, so now let's get you some love notes. So we have, I surrender my heart to you. I feel like even though this is like, you know, a love message to this person, to you, I honestly feel like this is them saying this to their higher self. I surrender my heart to you. I surrender my heart because maybe they don't know how to handle their emotions right now, and so their higher self is saying like, you know, give it to me. I will protect it. Maybe they didn't feel protected as a child, right? And I'm also getting, you know, going back to the love side of it, I surrender my heart to you is that when they're going to be emotionally available, they're going to be able to give their heart to you. They're going to be able to trust you with their heart fully. That way you can have this deeper intimacy with one another, and you feel this, you know, this spiritual connection even further, because there's so much healing, there's so much love here. There's like no doubt, there's no room for doubt and fear. Let's see what else we get. We have, if I had one wish. So I feel like this person wishes that they could talk to you, that they could be with you at this time. You know, I feel like sometimes for some of you, for whatever reason, I feel like some of you actually like live close by with this person for some reason. All right. Like maybe they live in your neighborhood or in your city. All right, next we have, I need to let my ex go. That pain still lingers. So that could be connected to that Three of Swords energy, where maybe they had an ex that cheated on them or did them poorly, lied to them. But also the ex doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be an energy. It could be the past, right? Because the ex is the past. So it could be past life energy that they're still holding on to, and that's been, you know, has just trickled down into this lifetime, and it's, you know, in a way a burden for them, and they need to let it go. All right, so we have the sound of your voice lingers in my mind. You are so beautiful. You are everything that I could ever want or need. I feel like this person was afraid that you would, you know, see their bruised heart and all of their scars and wouldn't love them anymore. I'm just randomly channeling that right now. I'm mentally conflicted. I don't know what to do next. So I feel like this person definitely, you know, they don't know where to start when it comes to their healing journey. Sometimes like they talk about one thing, but then they're like, oh, then it gets, it's like a rabbit hole. It's like the moment they think they got the answer to it, then they realize it's deeper. So it's like, it's just like this cycle. There's so much healing and work that they have to go through, because they have like a lot of trauma. I feel like they had a heavy childhood, like some darkness there and some struggles. Like, you know, everybody has their thing, but I feel like this person really had a hard life growing up, and they may have never expressed that to you. And like sometimes, and a hard life growing up doesn't necessarily have to be the same for everybody. It can be an emotional hard life. It could be a financial hard life. Like everybody's hard life definitions are different. So, you know, you could say like, oh, well, this person had two parents and they had money. What hard life did they have? Like maybe their parents fought every single day of their childhood. That is not healthy for kids to see. So there is something that they experienced as a child that, you know, is really taking a toll on them, and it makes it really hard for them to just be, you know, how should I word this? Like emotionally available at times. Next is, thank you for loving me. And then I miss you regardless of how things look. So that was the question. Do they miss you? Absolutely, they miss you. All right. So this is what I have for those that selected this pile. I hope this reading was helpful and brought a little insight of like, you know, does this person miss you? What's going on in their head? And any messages that they wanted to share with you. Please leave a comment below, thumbs up the video, and check out other videos on my channel. I really appreciate the love and the support, and I hope everyone is doing well. Best wishes. Alrighty, this will be for those that selected the Lovers card. So let us find out if this person is missing you, like what's going on with them. So we're going to start off with some cards from my tarot deck, and then we're going to get some oracle cards and then love messages at the end. So the first tarot card we have here is the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Pentacles. So we got strong earth energy here. Okay, so the question is, does this person miss you? Okay. I feel like this person misses you when they're not busy, when they're not working. So like when they are, working on their projects, working on work, whatever it is, or just going through life stuff, their mind is there. And they don't have the mental capacity to like add on to that. Right? But when they have a moment where they can just take a breather before they go to bed, when they first wake up, they think of you, they miss you. And so I feel like this person is doing a lot to get into a space where they're able to financially provide, and maybe they just lost their job, or they're just having struggles with working right now. Either whether it be like they have a lot of work that they have to do, or it's just like not a good situation for them. But it seems like this person is trying to get to a space where they are financially secure and stable, so they can, live the life that they want to live and be able to provide for their family, and just like for, their future relationship is what I'm getting here. Right? And you could be a person where you're just like, I don't really care about that. Like, I just want this person's time. I care about their presence and all of that. But when you're dealing with someone, especially with masculine energy, their energy is based around providing, protecting. So when they feel like they can't do that, that becomes a problem for them, and they try to do what they have to do to be able to feel that they can do that for themselves and for their family and for whomever else they want to take care of. So I feel like that's where that's the big focus for them. So that's like kind of like what they're going through too, is just like figuring out this financial aspect of everything. With the Queen of Pentacles being here and the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like this person could be taking care of like their mother, or like some type of older woman in their life, like a grandmother, a mother, auntie, or an older like family friend. They're like supporting them financially, and it's kind of taking a toll on them. I feel like I'm also getting that they just had a lot of unexpected financial costs just pop up for them, and that can be troubling sometimes, because if you budget a certain way, then all of these things start to happen. It can interfere with your budget, is one of the things that I'm getting. I also see this person it's like they want to have a certain amount of money or make a certain amount of money before they start a family, before they get married. And I feel like I said, you might be a person where you don't really care about that, but they care about it. It matters to them because they want to be able to provide you, the nice house, have the nice backyard and a nice car, and have their kids to be able to have everything that they need. They want to have their kids go to certain schools. Like, they really care about these type of things. And so that is why they're working so hard to accomplish it. That way, when they're with you, they can feel like they're a provider, that they can take care of you and the kids and, the family that's to come, is what I'm getting. I also see that this person really struggles with their emotions. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like they're so heavy on work life and finances that they don't even give themselves the space to process their emotions. They kind of like, drain themselves. Honestly, they will work themselves to sleep. Like, if they wake up at 6 a.m., they'll work all the way until 11 p.m. Or they'll do things where they have to, keep things afloat, and they're worrying and stressing about money and stressing about, responsibilities. This person doesn't have the space to really tap into their emotions, and that's a problem here. And I feel like if they continue to do that, it's only going to make things more challenging for themselves, because then they're going to miss out on opportunities, because they're only focused on money, they're only focused on work, right? And that could be why there's like a pause here in your connection, is because they need to learn that lesson, right? Until they learn that lesson, it's kind of going to always be this cycle with them where they might get a taste of something like, a great person or partnership or like business opportunity, but they have to find that balance. Like, it's okay to put in the work and go hard for the stuff that you want, but you also have to make sure that you're making yourself a priority and taking care of yourself, because mental health matters. And you can be literally functional. People have, like, what is it called, functional depression. Like, you literally can be depressed and but work and do all the things. I feel like this person is like the master of that. They could be going through some deep depression and don't even realize it. And maybe they do the work so they can avoid it. Because sometimes the moment they feel their emotions, they're like, ooh, let me start working because I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel these emotions. I don't want to feel sad and all of the things. I'm also seeing that this person, they're ready for kids. Like, they're ready to start a family with you. This is something they thought about. You two you may have talked about names, or like, oh, what would we name our child? We had a boy or a girl, or like, just thinking of like, how would our kids look if we were to have a kid together? And I feel like, this is really big for them. And let's say you do have a child with this person, they want to be able to provide so much more to their child and to this family than what they had before. And they don't want to be judged for that too. I feel like they're judging themselves more than other people. And I'm also getting like this feminine energy. It could be a sister too, but like some feminine energy here is like wanting money from them and wanting them to kind of provide. And there's times where a lot of men deal with that imbalance with their mothers, where like their mothers treat them as husbands. Like, oh, you need to buy this for me, you need to take care of this for me. And it's like, you can't do that to your son, because your son is not your husband. Your son is your son. And I feel like that's something they got to work on too. It's like setting that boundary when it comes to their mother. That way, when you all are together, it won't be a big issue. Like, it's probably gonna be an issue with the mother, but it won't be an issue with you all, because they set that balance or that boundary in place. But yeah, that's what I'm getting here. My head is starting to hurt with this pile. My head was fine for the other piles, but my head is starting to hurt here. This person gets migraines. You might start to experience getting migraines or headaches because they work so much. They are on their screen. They're doing too much. They need to take a break. So definitely do like some crown chakra and third eye meditations, or like listening to that music before bed, so you can kind of like balance your chakras, and also that can kind of help them too. But yes, they are doing the most. All right. So now let's get some oracle cards. We have memories. Someone is walking down memory lane at this time. It's okay to reminisce about the past by looking at old photos or messages. So that kind of goes to what I was saying earlier. Like, they miss you maybe before they go to bed or when they first wake up, and they use that moment to kind of like think of you, look at pictures, look at photos of you, look at messages, or listen to certain songs that remind them of you. But they only do it for a period of time, because then they have to get to work. So I feel like they don't give themselves the space to really feel everything, which is not healthy at all. We have devotion, a dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. So I feel like with devotion being here, this is more so like this person is very devoted to work and very devoted to their finances right now. And I feel like you wanted a partner that was devoted to the connection and that was devoted to you, in a healthy way, obviously. And I feel like they weren't able to balance that. They didn't know how to, multitask in a way where like, I can work and I can still, date her. I can still date them and give them love and give them attention. But I feel like also they knew that they couldn't do that because they don't have the capacity to do it as well. Let's see what else we get. We have slow down. Just because we want something so bad doesn't mean we have to rush into it. Take a moment to talk with your partner or self to reflect on what is best. So I feel like, this is something this person needs to hear. Slow down. And maybe this is something you mentioned to them before, or this could be a conversation that you all have in the future, but they need to slow down. They're going too fast when it comes to work. They're going to drain themselves. They're going to drive themselves crazy. They're going to drive themselves into the wall. They're going to, get to a point where the depression is going to hit, and it's going to hit hard if they don't slow down. They need to take a break. They need to rest. They need to not overwhelm themselves with all of these tasks and all of these, responsibilities, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. And in a way, it's just going to cause more issues. It's going to cause more harm than good. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. Let's get one more card from the Oracle deck, and then we'll get your love notes. I'm also channeling, for some reason, with this pile. This person has like a controlling sister or mother for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm channeling that. That's for some of you, if that resonates. It's kind of like they look at them as like their baby, and they're protective over them as well too. So some of you might end up dealing with like a overprotective sister, mother, aunt, if you were to get married to this person or like date this person. FYI. That's for, those that it resonates for. All right. So we have patience. Why the rush? There's no need to rush divine timing. Enjoy the journey because it is worth the wait. So once again, they need to slow it down, but also too, they want you to know, Spirit wants you to know that just be patient with this person and this connection. You don't have to wait. Being patient doesn't mean waiting. Being patient means not stressing about it. So live your life the way that you want to live it, but continue to live in your truth and to, evolve and grow as a person as well. And then we have freedom, which says when we can be our truest selves, we are then able to freely love. So I feel like this person, once they feel free financially, they're going to be all over you. They're going to be, emotionally ready to pour their heart into the connection, to love and do all of the things. I know that sucks, because it's like I have to wait till they make money for them to like really open their heart up to me. But like I said, this person really wants to provide. So when they can provide, that's when they feel safe enough to start to open their heart and to really focus on their emotions then. But they need to know that that's not how it should be, and that they can actually be emotionally available while they're working and while they're, going towards their dreams. But that's something they got to learn. You can tell them this, but they're not going to really understand it. I feel like they'll better receive it from someone that's like in a position of power, that's a man, or that, has strong masculine energy. Because if a woman or like someone with feminine energy tells them, they're not going to really hear it. But when they see someone that's like wealthy and they're like, oh yeah, I always, take care of my wife and we have date night, but I always make sure that I do my work between this time and that time. Like when they get that type of exposure, then they're going to be like, oh, you can do that too while working? Oh, I didn't know that, and you're going to just be rolling your eyes like, oh my gosh, I've been telling you this. When I looked at the clock on the camera, it said 1313. So that could be a special number for your connection as well. I'm also seeing 777 too for some reason. All right. Why do you love me? So I feel like with this why do you love me card, this is saying this person wants to know, why do you love them when they're like struggling with their job or with their money or trying to figure things out? Like they don't understand it because they feel like love is being able to provide, but you're like, love is more than that. Let's see what else we get. We have, your love is like honey. You're very sweet to them, and they appreciate that. Let's see what else we get. Okay. We should talk about everything and clear the air. I'm like feeling lethargic and my head is starting to hurt. This person needs to take a break. They're going to drive themselves insane. And then we have, I lost you once, I'm not going to lose you again. So I feel like this person, like with the moment they find out that they can make a certain amount of money or they get a great business deal, whatever it is, they are going to be at your front door ready to propose. Like that's the thing too. I feel like with this person, when they get to the place where they're secure financially, they will propose like that because they feel like they're ready for marriage now, even though marriage is more than just money. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have, it's something about the way you stare into my eyes. we will be together again. Let's see, 2 more cards. We have, don't leave me, please stay. And then, you and I will always meet somewhere in between. Spirit wants me to get 1 more card. Look at that. I miss you regardless of how things look. So, even though they work a lot, they're a workaholic, they got a lot going on, they still miss you. And I feel like this person doesn't want to lose you. Like, as much as they are kind of pushing you away when it comes to this connection, they don't want to lose you. They're not trying to push you away. Let's say that. They're not trying to push you away. And they do want to get back together, or, you all to reconcile and get back to the dating each other again. I could see them, like, literally the moment things start to look better financially in their life, they'll reach out, or you'll feel like this pull to, like, reach out to them, and it kind of just sparks up that conversation, and then everything just takes after that. But yeah, this is what I'm getting for you all. So I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it resonated with those that selected this pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love and the support, and I wish you all the best. Have a fabulous day.